Welcome to Farrah Field in Columbia, Missouri, as the Fighting Illini gear up for their 2022 season opener on the road here against Missouri. The Arch Rivalry has been renewed in this series. Missouri has won 6 in a row up to this point. The last time these two teams played was in 2010. Now, on paper, these teams somewhat even. Missouri with a very solid defense and a lot of questions at offense. Illinois, likewise, will have some questions on defense, and they expect a lot of returning starters on offense to carry the team this season. Illinois wins the toss, elects to defer, and Caleb Griffin will send us underway here from Farrah Field. And we will get to see the Tigers start out with the ball here to begin this game. Connor Bazelak, the young quarterback for Missouri. This will be his first full season starting. And right away under center, he's going to drop back. He's going to evade a tackle, and he's going to fire downfield, and he hits Nico Hiei across the middle of the field. And right away, Missouri is into Illini territory. Hiei gets the ball yet again. 2 receptions in a row for the tight end. Bazelak drops back from under center, but this time he's going to be wrapped up and sacked. It's Shaman Cooper getting the first sack of the season for Illinois, and quickly it's 3rd down and 12. Bazelak running out of time, and he's sacked again. It's Keith Randolph, the Illini defensive front, picking up right where they left off from last season. And Kyron Cumby will return punts this year as that ball is muffed off of his helmet. And fortunately, Eddie Smith was there to recover the muffed punt. And that's not a good first impression for Kyron Cumby, who Illinois will be placing as the punt returner this year, along with kick returns, instead of DeLayvin Campbell. So after the punt, the offense and Isaiah Williams take the ball. It'll be 2nd and 5 now, and Chase Hayden gets the ball. He is wrapped up from behind for a 2-yard gain. And quickly it's 3rd down. You can see who Illinois is starting out with running back thus far. It's the first drive of the season. Chase Hayden gets a nice run there for a 1st down. We'll see how Illinois approaches this running back situation. Luke Ford gets the dump-off reception. That's his first of the year. And on 2nd down and 8, Hayden is going to try to cut up middle, and he runs into a wall, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. Williams scanning the field. He's going to make some adjustments at the line. He looks to his right, and he fires over the middle to Kyron Cumby. Kyron Cumby making up for that muffed punt, and he gets the 17-yard reception. It's a 1st down, and Illinois is into Missouri territory. Williams backing up. He's going to fire downfield looking for Kamari Thompson, and they say he's out of bounds. A very close play right there. And it's Reggie Love the third that actually gets this handoff, and he gets a 1st down. Reggie Love, the 3rd-string running back. He's not Chase Brown or Chase Hayden, but Illinois decided to have him run that play, maybe to give them a breather. So on 2nd and 14 now, Williams is going to scramble to his right. He's going to look across the middle, and a little bit of a miscommunication there, as that ball was incomplete. Looking for Kamari Thompson again, and on 3rd down and 14, Williams is going to be sacked. Darius Robinson gets in there, and that's going to force an Illini punt. You can see him working there on the right guard, Vertus Brown, and Darius Robinson blew right through the floodgates and got to Williams. So now Illinois will punt away. And Prince Green in punt coverage makes a nice catch there over his shoulder. So that's going to pin Missouri. And they're going to have to start back inside their own 7-yard line. Bazelak from under center. He's going to try to scramble out of it, and he hits Young somehow. And Young gets all the way up the sideline for nearly a 30-yard gain. It looked to me like Bazelak was beyond the line of scrimmage, but I guess he was not. And what looked like a broken play works out for Missouri as Young gets the handoff, and he's got another huge gain. This time it's 16 up to midfield, and just like that, 2 plays, Missouri has gone half of the football field and looking to go for more as Elijah Young picks up another 1st down. Bazelak hands off to Young. He hits another hole, and he gets 8 yards. So far, Illinois has not had any answers on this drive. The 5th play now, and Young gets another first down. This Missouri offensive line is opening up nice holes for their running back. This time it's a handoff to Bakari, and he nearly breaks away, but thankfully he was tackled by his shoestrings. And Darren Robinson, the true freshman, you see number 23 on that play, really got beat up there and couldn't make the tackle. Bazelak running out of room on 1st and goal, and he's going to be sacked. It was Ezekiel Holmes there who made the sack. Ezekiel Holmes getting into the action early. So now we jump ahead to 3rd down and goal, and they do a draw to Young, and this time Illinois is all over it, and Elijah Young doesn't go anywhere. Keith Randolph with his 2nd tackle for a loss, and they force Missouri to kick a field goal, and it's 3-0. So now jumping ahead now to the ensuing Illini drive. It's 2nd down and 12, and Williams is running out of time. He's going to scramble to his left. He's going to fire across the middle of the field, and he can't get it. So now quickly it's 3rd down and 12. Williams from under the gun's going to sit back, fire. He hits the Laven Campbell over the middle, but he's going to be short. And that's going to force an Illini punt, and that'll do it for the end of the 1st quarter. A couple stops for the Missouri defense, and Illinois is able to hold them to a field goal. So now the punts will go off to Bakari, and he's going up the right side. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's still somehow on his feet, and he picks up a 28-yard return. And Missouri is going to start with really good field position now with a man in motion. It's an end around to Hester, and Hester breaks a tackle and is brought down. Javion Hester with a 16-yard rush. And so far this defense really isn't getting any pressure up front so far besides that first drive. And Elijah Young with another big run. He has a lot of yards already. He bounces off another tackle, bounces off another one, and he picks up 5. So now we jump ahead to 2nd down and goal. Man in motion. Missouri knocking on the doorstep. Bazelak from under the gun is going to run out of room, but he somehow fires, and he hits Towski Dove for the touchdown. Wow, what a play from Bazelak, as it looked like he was dead in the water for a second there. And he threw a rope into tight coverage and somehow fitted into Dove. And it looked like he was covered by Witherspoon. Darren Robinson was also in the neighborhood, but Towski Dove pulls it in. And Missouri's ahead 10-0. The Tigers have looked good thus far, and they are out to a 10-0 lead. And Illinois is going to have to answer here. They have been beat up, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And this offense is going to hand it off to Chase Hayden to begin the drive, looking to respond. 2nd and 1. Williams is going to keep it. He picks up a nice block there, and he's going down the right side of the field, and he is deep into Missouri territory. A nice 31-yard rush by Isaiah Williams. Good blocking there from Illinois. Play action. Williams running out of his time, and he somehow is able to dump it off to Luke Ford. Isaiah getting the one out at the last second and throwing a wobbler there that somehow lands into Luke Ford's hands. And Chase Hayden makes a nice cut there up the field, and he picks up a 1st down. Chase Hayden, as we mentioned in the season preview video, he's really nifty. He's a very agile back. He's got some speed. And what a nice throw there from Isaiah Williams, finding Luke Ford and throwing into a tight window, and they pick up a 1st down. So now it's 1st down and goal. And as the play clock's running down, Isaiah's going to call a new play here, and he's going to fire over the middle, and it's Chase Brown for the touchdown. Chase Brown, of all people, gets the first touchdown reception of the year for Illinois. And though he has not gotten the handoff yet, he gets his hands in the action and gets the first touchdown of the season. How about that? David Diehl loves it. Chase Brown still getting involved. We'll see if he gets any carries here moving forward in this game. So now Missouri looking good so far. They get a nice completion to Dove. Elijah Young gets the carry there. He picks up 9 in the 1st down. And Elijah Young already with 71 yards on 10 rushes. He's been very productive. Bazelak is going to dip out of the pocket, and he picks up 3 yards. So now it's 3rd down and 5. Can this defense get a stop? Bazelak is going to fire to Dove on a screen, and there's nobody home. He's going down the field, and Illinois can't get him, and he scores. Towski Dove is killing Illinois right now. And that was just a simple screen play. Illinois brought a blitz, and that just happened to be the perfect play call against the Illini blitz. And there was nobody downfield. Illinois could not get him. And so far, this defense has really been on their heels. They have struggled to stop Missouri. So now the offense is really going to have a lot of pressure to keep up with this scoring. A handoff to Chase Hayden doesn't go anywhere, and now it's going to be 3rd and 13. Williams is going to fire to Luke Ford, and it's going to be intercepted by Nicholson. An interception from Isaiah Williams. He was trying to hit Luke Ford on a post route to the outside, and you can see he just didn't get enough air under the ball. Need to throw that ball deeper. And Nicholson is able to jump in front of Ford and pick that one off. And all of a sudden, Missouri has a 10-score lead, and they are looking to add on to it. This defense has struggled so far, and Bazelak actually looks like he's going down after that run. And the backup comes in. That's backup QB Brady Cook, who comes in the game. So it's interesting to see if Bazelak is hurt. And we'll see how long he is out for now as Brady Cook enters the game. 2nd down and 10. He fires over the middle to Hester, and he makes a couple man miss in the open field, and they score again. Brady Cook or Connor Bazelak, it doesn't matter, as these Missouri Tigers are marching up and down the field, and Javian Hester just torches Missouri in the secondary. And Illinois really is not looking good so far, and you can see the injury update there. Bazelak is out for 3 weeks, so he will be out for the beginning portion of the season. He's out for the remainder of the game. But for right now, Illinois has a huge struggle on their hands, as it looks like it just got even worse as Isaiah Williams on the first play of the drive throws another interception. Ishmael Burdine with that one. As Williams was looking for Jafar Armstrong and facing pressure, Armstrong got a little bit of separation, but once again, Isaiah just didn't get enough air underneath the ball and didn't get it deep enough, and it was underthrown and picked off. And that was the worst thing that could have happened. So now this defense is right back on the field, and they have had no answers. Darren Robinson pushes Looper out of bounds, and it's 2nd down and 4, 1:14 left in the half. Cook facing pressure is going to fire, but it's intercepted by Marquez Beeson. Beeson trying to break away, and he's brought down. So just like that, Marquez Beeson steps up and makes a play and intercepts Cook. Marquez Beeson, one of the highest graded players on this team. We were talking about how he needs to take a big step forward this season. And right away in the first half of the first game of the season, he steps up and gets an interception for his squad right back. So now it'll be up to the Illini and Isaiah Williams to really gather themselves and see if they can keep this from getting out of hand. The quick pass to Kamari Thompson goes for 9, and the clock is running. Illinois has all 3 timeouts, and they give to Hayden. That'll be a 1st down up a little bit past midfield, and that'll temporarily stop the clock. So we'll see what Illinois can do here. You'd like to see them put some points on the board here before the half. Williams is going to roll to his left, and he's be run out of time, and he's just going to have to throw the ball away. Those 2 interceptions very quickly. Back-to-back interceptions for Isaiah Williams. You do not want to see that hurt his confidence moving forward in this game, especially as he fires deep looking for Campbell, and it's broken up. Great play there by number 22 for Missouri. And now it's 3rd down and 10. Williams facing pressure over the middle, and it's picked off by Nicholson again. Nicholson takes it up past midfield, and Isaiah Williams has just thrown his third interception. Devin Nicholson gets his second. Are you kidding me? And that one was just a bad decision. That ball should not have been thrown. And boy, this first half is really starting to look ugly now. There's only 20 seconds left. Can this defense hold up and stop the bleeding and just get into the locker room at halftime? Missouri calls a timeout after the reception to Dove. 15 seconds now. Missouri's just outside of field goal range. And Cook evades a tackle, but he is eventually going to be sacked. So Keith Randolph gets in there for his second sack. Keith Randolph seems to be one of the only players making plays today. And Missouri neglects to call a timeout. They just let the clock run out. And we are going to go to half. And boy, that was a rough one. Isaiah Williams with 3 interceptions in the half. Missouri with points off of some of those interceptions. And the defense has really struggled thus far. They have not been able to stop Missouri. You can see here Missouri doubling them in total yardage. And the turnovers, we talked about it. It's something that really plagued Illinois last season. It was something that they were really looking to see if that could be cleaned up this year. And so far, it has been the exact opposite. 3 interceptions in the first half. Fortunately, though, Illinois will get the ball to start the half. And Kyron Cumby muffs the kickoff. And Eddie Smith recovers it in the end zone, and it's a safety. Kyron Cumby muffed that kickoff return outside the end zone. It bounced back into the end zone. And Beeson, that was Beeson there, that recovered it, and it's a safety. Unbelievable. What did Missouri put into the water today? They must have snuck something into Illinois' water coolers, because this is getting out of hand, and Missouri gets the ball after the safety. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm going to assume that Marquez Beeson didn't realize that Cumby was out of the end zone when he muffed it. And Brady Cook takes the ball up. He's knocked out by Darren Robinson, and this is really starting to look ugly for the Illini, as Elijah Young and this Missouri offense are just torching the Illini's defense, making men miss in the open field. Fortunately for Illinois, Missouri has a false start there, so that makes it 3rd down and 8. And Cook sends the tight end in motion here. And he fires over the middle to a wide open Bakari, and he makes a man miss, and he scores a touchdown. Boy, this has just gotten ugly real quick. And it's going to be now 33-7. A disastrous start to the season for Illinois. And it looks like some of the problems that we highlighted that could be potentially plaguing Illinois this season on defense really are coming alive. And I think Illinois' worst fears have been realized in this first game here, as this game has really gotten ugly. And right now this offense is just going to have to try to regroup, get some form of consistency going, get Isaiah Williams' confidence back up, and they're going to have to put points on the board just to keep this game within somewhat reach. And on 3rd down and 7, that's not going to happen, as Isaiah is going to be sacked. Darius Robinson gets his 2nd sack of the day. And that tells a big portion of the story right there. Illinois is just being curb stomped right now by Missouri. The total yardage shows it. And the Tigers are going to start with the ball here again. Cook fires downfield into double coverage, and it's going to be hauled in by Towski Dove. Dove with 101 yards receiving so far today, and it was the combination of Witherspoon and Robinson there in double coverage, and Cook threw a beautiful pass and fit it right in there. Young cuts over the middle of the field, and he makes men miss. He picks up 15, and he's got 100 yards. over 100 yards rushing so far today. And Cook's going to be looking to throw again. This time he bails out of the pocket. He goes over the middle and he makes another man miss and he scores. The Illini just looked lost out there on defense right now. And this is turning into a bloodbath. It is 40-7. Kyron Cumby drops the pass. He has had an awful day with drops. And now it's 3rd down and 9. Williams hit as he thrown, and he just gets rid of the ball to avoid the sack. And that's just kind of how it's gone today. After the Illinois punt, we jump ahead to 3rd down, and Cook tries to fit it in there to Towski Dove, and Devin Witherspoon in there actually making a play. He forces the incompletion, so now Illinois will get the ball back here. And look, it's Chase Brown that gets the carry. Chase Brown is now into the game at running back. So it looks as if Illinois, though down by 33 points here, is going to turn to Chase Brown and see what they can get out of him remaining of what's left in this game. But this offense really is going to have to find some sort of positives to go into the locker room with here at the end of the game, as it's been pretty ugly thus far. Isaiah gets a 9-yard run right there, and Illinois goes in the I formation. They hand off to Brown, and he just gets the 1st down. We're approaching the end of the 3rd quarter now. And Williams is going to be rolling to his right, and he's going to fire, and he hits Kamari Thompson there. That's actually a nice throw from Isaiah Williams. He hits Kamari Thompson in stride. Kamari gets his 2nd reception of the day. So now it's 1st down and 10. Williams is going to throw deep again. He's looking for Armstrong, and it's intercepted. A 4th interception for Isaiah Williams. And I don't know how that one got picked off. That was Burdine there again with the interception. And if that's picked off, then I don't know what to tell you. That's just kind of how it's gone today for Illinois. And we are going to painfully enter the 4th quarter here as Cook and the offense come out firing, up 33 points, and it's a dump off to Hiei. So now 3rd down and 10. Can this defense get a stop? And they fire over the middle to Abrams Drain, and they say they give him the 1st down, because why not? That's just the way it's been going. So they give Missouri the 1st down, and we're going to have to jump ahead to 3rd down now, and Elijah Young on the draw is brought down from behind by Keith Randolph. So that forces a punt. Kyron Cumby is going to muff another punt. I really don't know what's going on here, but Kyron Cumby muffs yet another return. And so this time, Isaiah Williams is going to fire to a wide open Armstrong, and he's going down the sideline, and he's going to be tackled right around the 7-yard line. So that's the biggest offensive play so far for Illinois today. And Isaiah looking to throw to his left is going to be hit as he threw. And Missouri has just really suffocated this offense. They have really shut down the passing game. They have received 4 interceptions, and on 3rd down and goal, they get a sack. Devin Nicholson is having an absolute day, and you can see there's just no one open. There's just no one open. There's nowhere to go for Isaiah Williams, and he's going to be sacked. He doesn't want to throw any more interceptions. So Illinois is just going to have to cut its losses for this drive and settle for the field goal. It makes it 40-10. And Diehl is going to substitute Isaiah Williams for Deuce Spann. They're going to bring Deuce Spann into the game here after a Missouri 3-and-out on offense. This is more so just to make sure that Isaiah Williams doesn't get hurt. And they're going to bring Spann in here as the game closes just to see what he can do here in garbage time. It's going to be a dump off over the middle to Cumby, and Cumby gets a nice play there. So that brings Illinois into Missouri territory. Spann looking to throw on first down. He's going to look to his right. And he's got all day. He's going to fire deep down across the middle of the field, and it's going to be intercepted by Rakestraw Jr. And you might as well make sure every quarterback gets an interception thrown today. Missouri is just going to take a knee and stop the bleeding for Illinois and put them out of their misery. As, boy, this was a result that I did not expect at all. Missouri blows out Illinois 40-10. They had explosive plays on offense. Their defense looked like they had the Legion of Boom out there in the secondary. And they just completely dominated Illinois. They lost Connor Bazelak in the first half. They brought up the backup Brady Cook and did not skip a beat. Devin Nicholson was the player of the game. He had an absolute monster day. 2 interceptions, a sack, and 5 tackles. And we'll look at a little bit of the stats here. Isaiah Williams with one of his worst games of the Dynasty. It may be his worst game of the Dynasty thus far. Not a good way to start out 2022 with 4 interceptions, just 144 yards. Threw more incompletions than completions. Connor Bazelak, on the other hand, he got injured in the first half. Missouri, unfortunately, will be without him to start this year, but he did pretty well to start the game. And Brady Cook came in his absence. He did throw an interception to Beeson, but overall, he didn't really cause any problems for Missouri. If anything, he picked up right where Bazelak left off. And the rushing for Missouri, Elijah Young rushed for 116 yards. That's not something that we saw a lot from opposing backs last year against this Illini defense. Illinois didn't really do much on the ground. They were down most of the game, so they didn't try to run a lot. But you can see Chase Brown and Chase Hayden, though they favored Hayden more, Brown came in towards the end of the game. They both averaged around 5.5, 6 yards per carry in a smaller sample size. Not much doing for these Illini receivers. Luke Ford and Kyron Cumby got 3 receptions each. But this Missouri secondary really just shut the passing game down big time. And as for the Tiger receivers, Nico Hiei had a great day, 6 receptions. Towski Dove just absolutely burned Illinois today. 5 receptions, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was outstanding. Bakari had a nice touchdown play there as well. Javion Hester looked very elusive when he got the ball in the open space. And as far as the defense for Missouri, Devin Nicholson with a monster day, 2 interceptions. Ishmael Burdine with 2 interceptions of his own. This defense really looked good today for Missouri. And that one towards the end there from Rakestraw Jr. Defense had interceptions galore today for Missouri. And as far as Illinois, this defense really struggled, but Keith Randolph was one of the lone bright spots as he had 4 tackles for loss and 2 sacks. Marquez Beeson got an interception, even though he didn't have that many tackles. He certainly was pretty good today. He was also one of the lone bright spots for Illinois. That's definitely a good sign there. But summary of game stats here. No surprise, Missouri dominates. A full sweep of stat categories here for Missouri. As far as players of the game, we mentioned Devin Nicholson, Towski Dove, Keith Randolph for Illinois. And offensively, if you had to give it to somebody, it had to be Chase Brown. He got the 1 touchdown reception there, the only touchdown that Illinois had today. And boy, that was ugly. That was the worst game of the Dynasty thus far, in my opinion. I know the Michigan State game last year was pretty bad, but this was even worse. And last year you can write it off as the fact that we were playing with little expectations, and I would have expected this more from the Illini in Season 1 than in Season 2. And this was just not a great way to start this year, but the good news is that it was a non-conference game and it's Week 1. So we'll see if this team can move on. There were certainly a lot of things to be worried about. But we're going to turn the page here, and the Illini are going to host Northern Illinois next week for the home opener. And this is probably a good thing, as Northern Illinois certainly is not the same caliber of team as Missouri is. So this will be a good opportunity for the Illini, being at the comfort of their own stadium with their fans behind them, to sort of regroup and turn the page and see if they can bounce back from this. Yes, I know there are a lot of bad things to talk about. Isaiah Williams with the interceptions. The defense was pretty awful today, outside of Keith Randolph and Marquez Beeson. But we're going to try to keep things positive here, and we're going to see if Illinois can bounce back. I would expect this team to bounce back. I'm sure David Diehl will have a lot of adjustments, a lot of hard practicing to go around this week. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, even though it was a pretty bad one, and we'll see you next week.